Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Star Trek Online. I am the Big B82 and this is part 21 of my Discovery Era Science Officer. We're about to undertake another mission in the Romulan Mystery where we're going to go and investigate a downed freighter that was carrying Thalaron triggers for Obisek's group. Now I'll get the HAL for the mission and then we'll get this show on the road.
My contacts tell me that Starfleet has rejected my request for military assistance. That is regrettable, but not unexpected. The Tal Shiar are formidable opponents, as are the forces directing their action. I understand why the Federation would hesitate to engage them directly. So today I appeal to you, not as an ally in battle, but as a person of compassion. My people need your help. I need your help. One of our ships was carrying a load of Thalaron weapons through the Nopada System. That ship has disappeared. There are no indications there was a battle. It's as if my ship and its cargo simply vanished. I know you have your reservations about the lengths to which I will go to secure the freedom of my people. Tell me, if you do not trust me with Thalaron weapons, do you want Hakiv to have them? I can provide you with the last coordinates of the vessel. Please help me. Do what you will with the weapons, if they survive. But find my people.
Okay, so let's accept. And then let's begin. Coliseum. And my captain's log. Captain's log Stardate 86257.06. We attempted to apprehend Obisek, however, he escaped. Now we have received an encrypted transmission from him about a lost freighter in the Nopada System. It was carrying Thalaron weapons. Starfleet Command agreed. I should investigate. Okay. Admiral, I'm not reading any active vessels on scanners. There is, however, a debris field nearby. It's clustered around the satellite in orbit of the planet, and the composition of the debris corresponds with ships that have gone missing in this region. I'll keep scanning, sir, but we'll need to take a closer look before we can determine if there is Thalaron weapons on one of the hulks. Scan the ship. Admiral, I'm not detecting the vessel that Obisek sent us to find, but all the ships in this debris field show signs of being affected by the same thing, a high frequency energy beam that overloaded all their systems. If the Romulan ship was hit by that beam, it might have crashed into the planet's surface or gone adrift somewhere else in the system. Detecting energy readings from the satellites, sir. If the Romulan crew detected them as well, they could have tried to use it to record a distress call. We need a closer look before I can attempt to uplink with the satellite's communication array.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Admiral, we're stuck. This beam is holding us like a fly in a spider's web. We've managed to keep life support and environmental systems active, but almost everything else is offline. Shields, weapons, engines. Nothing works. I'm not detecting any life signs on the satellites, but there is a compartment with life support. The systems operating the beam must be automated. The Chief says that we'll have enough power in the backups for one transport. Recommend we send a team over to the satellite and find a way to turn the beam off. Yes. Once we're ready, let's go. Captain, the consoles here appear to control the beam that is draining power from the Phobos. But there is a security lock preventing access. We need to find a usable console. Okay. What's this? This console doesn't appear to be locked like the others. Whoever did this must not have thought that the console used for inventory control was important. I think I can access a back door to the rest of the satellite's programs from here. I see the problem. Romulan consoles are causing a lockout by forcing the satellite's primary processors to run through a series of equations and removing key bits of information from the answers, which causes the processors to lock up. If we can solve these equations and input the correct information directly into the console, the security lock on the satellite's controls should be released. Download the corrupted equations onto the console for you to work on. Okay, so now you could do like I used to do in the old days, which is maths, and I suck at maths. Or you can find a nice walkthrough which tells you everything. So A is 7. B is 5. And these next two are 9 and 9. No, doesn't change. It's not. I always thought it changed, but clearly it doesn't. So this one, the first one, is 6. And then 3. 1. 7. And the last code is 4. 0 0. And those are the codes. Captain, we solved the equations, but that has caused an issue to the other consoles. Now we need to plug these correct values into the consoles controlling the security lock, and then we should be able to access all the satellite's major operations. Right. The long range scanners override 7599. So, Captain, this console controls the satellite's targeting functions. I'm not sure if there's a way to disable whatever it is that is disabling systems on our ship, but we can get this satellite to target something else that we may have a chance of prying our ship free. So let's access long range scanners. We have. Let's increase the range. There's a derelict hull. So open up the ship identifications program. Reclassify the Phobos as active. Examine telemetry data for all identified targets. Access target and make the Hulk the primary target. Admiral, the satellite has entered a piece of debris. Has incinerated a piece of debris near the ship. Your stranglehold on us weakened. We're not out of the woods yet. Critical systems are stable, but we still don't have weapons or long-range communications. She's my science officer, so that means her the third officer. So let's access the power generator. 6317. This console looks like it controls the satellite's power supply. Since we weren't able to free our ship by targeting something else, perhaps we can decrease the power to the satellite's weapon. Then the Phobos might be able to break free. So set primary values, restore factory default, and then update save, and then put it into economical. Admiral, we found that if the Phobos does not attempt to move or fire at the satellite, then then it will engage a low power version of the beam effectiveness. It's almost like an energy saving mode. We can use that to our advantage. At least we won't have to worry about life support. We'll still hold the ship stable and keep working on boosting power to critical systems while you try to disrupt the satellite's functions and free us. Very pink in here. And finally 4400. This console controls the satellite's general operations, Captain. We managed to minimise the power output of the satellite, and I think that if we keep at it, we can switch the satellite's controls over to sleep mode, and it will shut down everything but life support and power. Change operational status. Turn it off. Captain, systems are coming back online all over the ship. We have weapons, shields, even the replicators are working again. Transporters are standing by, sir. We can beam you back as soon as you're ready. Return to the ship. Okay, and thank you very much for watching, and that will be the end of this episode. That's so nice and sweet. 11 minutes. There, that's quick. No, it's so good. These really fast, quick missions. So helpful. You think we might be able to do the next mission? Wait, what? Where am I? Now what?
If you fail to comply with command,
now we make sure you
be
pick up command. All of your gear is deactivated, and I won't protect you in there.
I need no stinking weapon. Yeah, Emperor's Sword.
Remember to equip your new weapon.
I feel like Xena.
Commencing test 1. Nopada Desert Akari entering testing area.
Enemy targets on sensors. Enemy targets on sensors.
Commencing test 2. Releasing warrigals now.
Enemy targets on sensors.
No, although my things were disabled.
Prisoner 1478 remains in the area for interrogation. Prisoners return to holding area. Failure to comply will result in punishment.
Got a bit of old Final Fantasy there. Wait to be loud. So let's talk to Slamek.
What do you want?
Slamek, how did you get here after the escape from Station 18?
I remember you as well. It seems your prison break, however well-intentioned, just ended up the same way. It's enough to make me think that I keep picking the wrong side. After escaping the installation, I joined up with a freighter. We were passing near the system when we were snared by a satellite and drifted into the planet's atmosphere. The ship crashed, and even though I activated an emergency transporter to beam several of us to the planet's surface, we were captured almost immediately by a group of soldiers. Since then, I've been stuck in this cage, watching my former crewmates fight and die in this arena. Now I'm the only one left alive. That is all I know.
Soldiers? What kind of soldiers?
I don't know who is responsible for this place. The trainers and the guards all appear to be mercenaries, without any clue about what's going on. They're paid to keep us in cages and look the other way. The night I was brought in, I was interrogated. There were bright lights in my eyes and a synthetic voice asking me questions. Whoever it was took care to conceal his identity.
Was that the first time you were interrogated?
No. I have been questioned by these people several times before. My reluctance to answer their questions earned me this shock collar. Refusal to help them now is quite painful. Interestingly enough, this was the first time I've been questioned about another participant in the arena. They asked how you treated me, and if you had said anything about why you were here. They even wanted to know if I thought we could become friends. Someone thinks you are very important.
Why would they want to know those things?
I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. This all seems like some sort of giant game, but there is no one in the stands to be entertained.
Are there other prisoners being forced to fight?
I think there are others. I hear other fights. If there are other prisoners, I have never been able to contact them. We are kept separated and caged, unless we are fighting.
Have you tried to contact the other prisoners?
I do not wish to continue talking with you. Now I recall. You were working on all those errands when we were attacked. I managed to escape on the shuttle, and some of us signed on with the freighter. As you can see, things didn't work out so well. We were transporting a shipment of Thalaron weapons. I know that your people will not use them. We do not want to, but our fight is getting desperate. I don't know who is responsible for this place. I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. I think there are others. I hear other fights. The trainers carry key cards. That's the only way I know to get through the defenses.
Do you think we can get one of those cards?
Can I trust you?
Yes.
I can see that we think the same way, friend. A few years ago, I worked as a bodyguard for a Ferengi merchant. He had a talent for acquiring latinum. And during my time with him, I learned a few things. I was able to lift a key card from one of the trainers during my interrogation. If you help me, I think we can overpower the guards and escape through the main door in the arena.
Let's get out of here.
If you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
Okay, what you got for us now?
Test scenario 4 activated. A Hala released.
Ah. That's...
We need more help! I'll try to free the other prisoners. You fight the worms!
Karate chop! That's a big one.
Use the consoles on the sides of the arena to fight the Elder Worm!
Could say this place has got worms. Ding ding. Bim 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 bim
Just like last time. Use the remaining console on the side of the arena to fight the Elder Worm!
Where the hell is the other console? I don't see it.
There's another set of consoles by the metal wall! Use them while the worm is distracted!
Enemy target on sensor.
I've been hit! I can't continue, my friend! You'll need to protect me!
Worth for you. Well, actually, I'm a Starfleet officer, so I can't say you're completely useless. Suck on this, bitch.
The worm destroyed the metal wall! Run! That's our way out! Romulan base? Here? What did they want with us? And what is that device?
Let's find out. gateway. Appears as to whoever created the laboratory has rigged controls to an Iconian gateway. You might be able to pull some information off the logs. So there's access communications. Access most recent communications. Our master's patience wears thin, Hakeev. The time grows short and still you have not provided all the species data that they require. Are you having trouble acquiring targets? Provided you with the necessary technology to modify that satellite in the Nopada System, but your little snare is slow. What we need is more test subjects. Perhaps a small colony would be enough. I will contact you again to work out the details. So it's gone to the Nopada base, the RRWLFL, Brea 3, the Dara 4, and the Hifan listening post Gamma. So we can access the gateway. Get out of here. Biometric signature mismatch. Access denied. Oh, so I'm not going by the gateway. Console's over here. Project Decimation. New subject. Admiral Jasmine Cartwright captured from the USS Phobos. Initial analysis. Subject threat level is high and risk of escape or intervention in testing is elevated. Notify Colonel Hakeev and escalate to level 6 trials. Man, he must really not like me. Project goal. To develop a matrix of alpha quadrant species. We must determine which species can be pitted against one another for maximum devastating effects to each. Tests will not be limited to sentient species, as Iconians have technology that will allow us to effectively introduce new foreign alien worlds. Research observations. Honoured Master. It will take some time to complete my report, but I have a few personal observations for you that may prove useful. Please consider them when you make your plans. Humans and Klingons show the greatest prolificity towards fighting when there's no chance of victory. Breaking a Vulcan's emotional control will usually render him helpless. They have no ability to process the emotions that they are so zealously suppress. Bajorans will fight to the death to defend homes or loved ones, but they will reject a fight that doesn't threaten what they hold dear. Betazoids will detect patrol almost instantly, but their telepathic senses can be overwhelmed by extreme pain or violent thoughts. This can allow an infiltrator to escape their notice. A possible wedge to break the Klingon Empire may be the Gorn. More than 77% of Gorn captives chose to help another Gorn before assisting a Klingon, even if the choice resulted in the Klingon's death. Herosians are formidable in single combat, but their fractured society reduces their threat level significantly. I have not been able to separate a Trill symbiont from its host for a separate study. Two attempts to implant the symbiont in the host from another species have failed. Both the symbiont and the host died within hours. Undine are quite interesting. I request more time to study this race at greater detail. Records for prisoner 1478. Captured along with a small group of Bremen soldiers by Desert Patrol. Interrogation inconclusive. Recommend we use of holographic conditioning. Single combat test. Subject was wounded on 4 occasions but survived all tests. Recommendation. Prisoner 1478 may be a suitable subject for team testing or alternative study. Forward the data to Colonel Key for evaluation. Access personal log. They've contacted me again. My associates have 2 tasks for me now. First is the destruction of the Remans. I understand their anger. The Remans are attempting to rise above their station. They're mindless slaves, and they need to respect their betters. Terrace was able to control them. After Starfleet captured her, the surviving Remans developed the delusions of self-worth. This troublemaker who called himself Obisek, who is he to tell them that they can be free? Does a beast of burden have the right to choose its own destiny? If the problems were not so irksome, it would be almost comical. I will present Obisek's broken corpse to the Iconians in tribute. They will reward me richly for my loyalty. The second task will take much more effort. The Iconians want data. They want species of the Alpha Quadrant tested until they break. They want to know their weaknesses and how to exploit them. They want to see their strengths and know how to destroy them. I admit I take no pleasure in this task, but it will be quite entertaining to make some of those self-righteous humans turn on each other or push one of those blistering bigots from Kronos until they beg for death. Oh, and the Vulcans. I'll make the Vulcans weep. I will savour each tear. I know an abandoned Coliseum in the Nopada System. We can find a way to lure test subjects there. It will take time and effort, but I am confident I can do what the Iconians want. Okay. So Hakeeb is mad. Gotcha. And he doesn't particularly like me for some reason.
Watch out. There are Romulan Scorpion fighters overhead. They're looking for us. We need to move quickly and smartly to avoid detection. I recommend we head to the east. See that mountain in the distance? My ship crashed on the other side. It may have something we can use to signal your vessel. The search for us will only get more intense the longer we stay here. We need to get away from the arena as quickly as possible.
Nice moon.
There's a fighter heading straight for us. Quick, take cover in those dark rocks over there. Stay still and wait for that fighter to pass overhead. If we are fortunate, they won't detect us.
Maybe they should invest in some good.
Let's move on.
Should invest in some better
I
sensors.
can't go on. My injuries from the arena are too painful. We need to find a place to rest for a moment.
Okay.
Forgive me, my friend, but the pain... I need to rest, just for a moment. My wounds are agonizing. I fear the worm's venom may have infected me. The pain is excruciating. My vision is blurred, and my blood burns in my veins.
So,
Before we were captured, my science officer said that the local plants here have medicinal qualities. Please, I need your help. Find something to ease my suffering. I need something to disinfect my wound, something to treat my fever, and anything that will ease my pain. Thank you, my friend. I know that I would have died today if it weren't for you.
I'll see what I can find. This plant is an anesthetic qualities. It would not be as strong as anything you have on the med bay on the Phobos, but it will take care of the edge of Slamic's pain. It might not be enough to get him on his feet again. This type of plant grows in the shade. Yeah, I'm going to butcher some words here. Me no speak English. This plant looks like it has an anthropogenic. It could help elevate Slamic's fever. Unfortunately, this particular plant is not very healthy, and you won't be able to get much sap from it. You need to find more robust in this. Where's the other one? There it is. This plant looks like it would work as a disinfectant. It's an astringent enough to clear out any possible infection Slamic might have contributed from the worm's attack. But you think you'll need more than this one sample of this type of plant to deal with its injuries. Herberus. Is that even a word? There's been much debate on Facebook and yeah, it's mainly on the Facebook page for this game that it really could do with a switch over to a new engine, like a new Unreal Engine. The problem with that is that if they did that, they would have to release a whole new game. The other MMO RPG that I used to play, which was Star Wars: The Old Republic, which I did have a video of, but unfortunately my PC at the time went pop. It runs on a Hero engine, and that is ancient too. And you know, it's limitations of the engines but they've done well. I mean, some of the newer stuff that they've done on here and the updates they've done to the character models and some of the older missions, they've given them a new piece of life. So they're putting stuff that they can out the engine as best they can. And if I was running this on the PS4 Pro or PS5, probably look a lot better, being that I'm running it at the lowest setting, which is 720 for YouTube. It will look pretty shite. But one day I'll have it in glorious 4K. But those days have to wait. So let's talk to Slamic.
Thank you, my friend. I'm feeling better now. I think I can continue.
Okay, let's head to the cannon entrance. Yeah, so I was just reading something that made me laugh.
Now that we're in the canyon, we shouldn't have to worry about the fighters anymore. Just the local wildlife. Keep your eyes open.
I'm not really worried about the local wildlife. I can more than handle that, Slamic. Do love the when you go upgrade, when you upgrade the weapons and they start going up in levels, they look different. I mean, the Mark 9 weapons, they look like sort of the Mark 8 versions, look like submachine guns, and now these look like giant bloody Magnum pistols. Yeah, I'm not going to knock the guys. I mean, they did take over from the company that did make this game originally went bankrupt, you see, so.
The weather isn't going to hold out for too much longer. We should look for a search patrols moving on. We will not survive that there are things we can gather along the way. We need to find shelter and safe pleasant. If we can scavenge provisions to create a camp, we'll have a better chance of reaching the wreckage of my ship alive.
What do we need?
We will need water if we are to survive. I've noticed gourds growing in this area. If we can hollow one out, it will give us a container to carry water. And there should be a few small springs near this mountain.
So, to find water.
Search patrols are moving on. We will not survive a night in this desert. We need to find shelter and safety. If we can scavenge provisions to create a camp, we'll have a better chance of reaching the wreckage of my ship alive.
What do we need?
We will need water.
Okay, well, I was doing that. Before you rudely interrupted me. Clearly there's no water there. Hollowed out that gore and it and I got attacked by a bloody... It's never going to be the first one you look at, that's the problem. I don't remember doing this as a scientist.
The search patrols are moving. That should last us through the night. Let's get into this cave before the temperature drops anymore.
Do I think it needs an update? Well, finger bays. Yes, it could do do a touch of updating, but it's not. You know, I'm happy with the way the game is. I've played it for years. I played it when it originally came out. Alright, yes, I switched over to go and play Star Wars because, you know, tries to be a Jedi, but I did go back every now and then, you know.
Temperature is dropping rapidly now. This cave should protect us from the elements. I've done some exploring. It looks like this cave continues on the sunrise side of the mountain. We could save time and energy by using the passage instead of trying to find a path over the mountain. Excellent. The passage saved us hours. This could be a good day. Let's find my ship. My ship isn't far from here. I think I can make out smoke from the wreckage on the horizon. There she is. She wasn't much to look at, but she was ours. And when we were flying through space, we were free. Perhaps she can help us one last time.
Perhaps she can one last time. Right, so
We should check to see if the emergency beacon survived the crash. But in the likely event it didn't, we might be able to piece together some components to create a makeshift emergency beacon.
There is no way this vessel will ever fly again. The damage done by the fall through the planet's atmosphere is severe. If the emergency distress beacon wasn't vaporized in the crash, it's probably buried under 30 meters of rock and sand like the Singularity Drive and cargo bays. You do, however, find a backup generator with a minuscule amount of energy left. If you had the right components, you think you could construct a makeshift subspace beacon to contract your ship. You won't be able to do anything more than transmit a few pulses to let your crew know where you are, but it should do the trick. So we need communication array. I'm going to do this with a friend. You can see the original map. It has been updated since, but you can see a fucking thing. Get this beacon working, shall we? Let me get out of here, Slamic. I'll get your wounds properly treated. You like my CMO? He's a nice guy, old Ian. Now, we get rescued. The deuce.
Did you think you could run from me? There is no place where I cannot find you. My spies are everywhere. Prisoner 1478, take your place. You did your job admirably. It is good to know at least one Reman understands who is the master and who is the slave. The loss of the listening post was a minor setback. The Reman's refuge in the DSC system has been destroyed. Dozens of subjects have been tested in my arena. When the Iconians return, they will find I have done all they have asked, and more. But you will not be there on that dreaded day. This tiresome game ends now. You could have been such a fascinating test subject, but this time, no. This time I think a more direct approach is best. Ready? Aim. No!
Less talking, more shooting. Oh, okay, you blistering bigot. Well, thanks for telling me all your plans, although I figured it all out by stealing all the information from your consoles. You're very hard. You're the definition of a James Bond villain, ain't you? What an arsehole. Oh, the old Thalaron sector block. Oh, those were the days. Oh, man. Thalaron block. Oh. Anyway, speak to Obisek.
I apologize for Slamic's action. I had no idea there was a traitor in our midst. If his actions caused harm to you or your crew, forgive me. That was not my intent. However, your trip to the Nopada System was not in vain. Now you see. Now you know. Hakiv is a pawn of a greater power. The demons of air and darkness are here. You should report to your superiors. Tell them what you have seen here. Open their eyes to the dangers that lurk in the shadows.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Oh, we're now upper half. We're being held by Admiral Quinn. That's great. Congratulations, Admiral. You have conquered yet another milestone on your journey through Starfleet. You still have challenges ahead of you, but I'm confident you will be able to do anything you're set out to do. Good luck. Thank you, Admiral. No new ship, though, unfortunately. So we'll get a actual science officer. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our bridge officer situation. So we have a tactical, science, engineering, tactical, engineering, science, special, science, tactical. That's engineering. So we could do with a engineer, I guess. No attack. Yeah, you can join. Yanking that. Thalaron engineer as well. So I sort everything else out. So I have to also do some upgrading because we can now use Mark 12 weaponry. So I'm going to do that offline. Can't fly any tier 5 ships until level 50. So that's a downer. So I don't think I can. I can have a look. Pretty sure it's going to say, the computer says no. they're all red, so we can't use them. Could use a retrofitted Nebula, but I don't really want to fly around, or a Vulcan, but I don't really want to do that. However, that is the end of part 21. When we return in part 22, we shall continue the Romulan Mystery,
Starfleet Intelligence has
and we shall be doing cutting the
data you
cord.
recovered in the I have new missions for you.
So let's tell her first. So Hakiv had an Iconian gateway. Obisek was right.
Hakiv had a working Iconian gateway? Fascinating. We already knew that the Iconians survived the destruction of their home world. Now we know that they are active in Romulan space, and apparently using these gladiatorial combats as a way to test the species of the Alpha Quadrant. Starfleet Intelligence will analyze the data you recovered from Hakiv's command center. I must confer with Admiral Quinn and Starfleet Command. Conflict with the Romulans and the Iconians may be unavoidable. I have new missions for you.
And we'll be doing cutting the cord in the next part. So I'm going to be 82. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Comments are welcome and appreciated as are thumbs up. And I will see you in part 22. Yeah, part 22, cutting the cord. Ciao for now.